Okay, so here we are. I'm going to show you how I sketch. It's very loose, and then tightened up somewhat for the next step. So basically, I'm going to draw this word Knoxation. So I want some guidelines. So I'm just gonna, and these don't matter at this point, how big or whatnot. So there's some guidelines. I'm gonna have a big K on this thing. So something like that. I don't know. I probably won't go that high. Like I said, this is very rough. And rather than start with the K, all the rest of them is going to be lowercase. It's going to be. I'll sketch it out here real quick. I call myself artisan. Okay, so I'm going to start with the lowercase n. Now, O's in a sketching situation, there's many different types of O's, as you've probably seen. But like I said, we'll tighten that up later on. The X's should have a thick on pointing down towards the right, and a thin on the other. So I'm going to probably do something like that. Got a handy dandy eraser. Okay, so there's an X. It's going to have a little bit of flair. Yay. See, here's I've developed this going on right here. This type of and. So everything really should have a a relationship to that. So it's kind of pointed. So I'm going to do probably my A something like this. So here's my T. T's aren't too hard, obviously. And it should have bear the same and as this one here. So like I said before, I want the K to be bigger. So I want it to relate to everything else. So that's looking a little tall to me. So, but since we're just doing a basic sketch, doesn't matter. Obvious I didn't spend a whole lot of time doing that. Now there's too much space right there, but that doesn't matter. So that's, for those of you who don't know, that's called kerning. You know, the distance between each letter. And if you had if you can imagine sand, kerning everything should equal each other. If you poured sand in between each letter, the same amount of sand, you know, within some variations like that's pretty close, should all equal each other. So obviously that T would have to go that way just a little bit. But yeah, but obviously this has too much. So I could make my K wider if I wanted to. But okay, now there is the basic sketch for that. Now I've got this word artisan that I want to implement in there. So I'm going to frame that word in with this X. So obviously it's going to be smaller. This comes down here and this comes down here. So I'm going to frame that word within those two down the centers. Guidelines. Well, obviously that needs to go that way a little bit, so I might extend the letters. There you have the sketch.